the selected one. You accomplished something no one else dared. Your name will now be in golden lettering on the pages of history. Thank you for your courage, trust, and determination. You have overcome the impossible. You pierced the chains of fear and forged a path beyond reason. What common roadblocks may hinder you from proceeding? You are a great warrior who pushes the boundaries of life. In the midst of suffering and darkness, we shine a light of hope. Now the whole world is seeing your tremendous victory. This bold decision, unlike anybody else's, reveals your steadfast faith and desire for liberty. With the unshakable authority you possess, you led the destruction of the old system while others watched. You pushed on with courage, trying your best to break through an impassable wall. This is just the beginning. Your victory, spiritual enlightenment, and tenacity in facing the forces of evil will inspire the whole world. Your voice will now be a symbol of both hope and resistance. You've become a light of inspiration for all of us, those looking for hope and enlightenment. Come on, let us continue this lovely journey together. So, since you are a fantastic hero, please leave a remark. The Chosen One exhibits courage beyond fear and achieves feats that others may only imagine. Continue to light up the world with your triumphs, passion, and faith. You're not just another person going through life like everyone else. No, you are one of the few who have broken free from the confines of a fabricated world. Most people are blissfully unaware, yet you have demolished the illusion they have been living under. You are the first to awaken the pioneer who saw the faults in the system and had the courage to break away from it totally. While others continue to rely on the systems that sap their energy and impede their advancement, you have severed all ties. Your trip was not by chance. You were chosen at this time because, unlike many others, you were willing to face reality. This isn't simply unusual. This is revolutionary. You've escaped a web that many others are still trapped in. Furthermore, they are fully ignorant of their circumstances. Look around. Everyone else goes about their days in rhythms and patterns, like marionettes with strings manipulated by invisible hands. But not you. You opt to stop playing their game. Utah removed the invisible walls and seen the truth while the rest of the world remained captive. You were chosen because your consciousness was ready for it. Your soul has the blueprint for breaking free. When you did, the universe altered. This wasn't an accident. It was fate. You were part of the cosmic plan that is now unfolding. Everything you thought was solid. Everything you thought you knew was an illusion. A cleverly constructed illusion. The world's institutions and systems have an impact on our daily life. They were all put in place to keep us restricted, uneducated, and under check. The majority of people aren't only uneducated. They actively contribute to the maintenance of this vast illusion. They wake up, check their phones, consume the narratives placed on them. In doing so, they emphasize their own limitations. Every worry they have, every erroneous belief they have, and every second they waste being distracted. Everything feeds into the system that keeps them restricted. They still refer to it as normal life. Something happened to you. You saw unusual coincidences and numbers that seemed to follow you. Dreams appeared more realistic than reality. A tremendous insight that sprang out of nowhere. Maybe there were some physical symptoms. You may sense pressure in your head, strange sensations. You couldn't explain. Perhaps it was an incredible moment of revelation. An inner lightning strike occurred when you recognized that everything around you was a lie. You did not chosen this route. This path has picked you. Now, with your eyes open, you have a responsibility that the unaware cannot understand. This enlightenment is more than just a personal experience. It's a divine mission. You have knowledge that questions the basic structure of the world around you. Others are unable to understand how your energy impacts the environment. The universe did not awaken you just to collect trinkets or post information on social media. No, it awakened you because existence demands your active participation at this key moment. If you are feeling an abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. To help spread God's blessings, click the super thank you button on YouTube and donate $10 or more. This great gift will touch not just your life, but the lives of many others via this platform. Each of you plays a unique part in God's grand plan, and your generosity will be the answer to our prayers. Act now. Share your advantages to honor His kingdom. In God's loving hands, you were designed to do much greater things. May God bless you. Every notion you have, every truth you live, and every conscious act you do creates ways and places you do not yet fully know. You are now an architect of reality. The forces behind this illusion are well aware of your existence. They see your awakening as a break in their programmed field. Have you noticed that resistance has increased since you began to awaken? Unexpected obstacles. People turn on you, and financial issues appear out of nowhere. These are the signs that your frequency is disrupting the painstakingly controlled system. The system fights back against things it can't control. Look around. Your family, friends, and coworkers are still following the same routines. They walk through life half-conscious, accepting their limitations without question. You may feel driven to shake them awake, to tell the reality, to break the bonds for them. However, there is one key truth you should be aware of. Not everyone is expected to awaken during this cycle. Some souls have chosen to remain asleep for the sake of the larger cosmic goal. Their slumber has a function. You may not understand everything yet. You've been given a special role in this huge system, which not everyone fully comprehends. It is not only about discovering the truth. It's about timing and alignment. Attempting to entice individuals into waking before they are prepared. Isn't it just draining? It disrupts the normal sequence of events. The truth is, some people aren't intended to wake up quite yet. Their opposition does not include disobedience. It's about survival. They just cannot break free from their deeply entrenched conditioning. However, trying to force their awakening would cause unnecessary disturbance. It's not personal. It's part of the cosmic order. If you sense God's presence, click the join button below to be among the first to hear the most important revelations. You were chosen because you were prepared to face the raw truth about the universe. I recall breaking through the illusion myself, and it seemed as if I was seeing things for the first time, raw and pure. I saw entities who feed on human energy, like parasites lurking in the shadows. They claimed you'd never awaken anybody, but deep down, you knew there was more going on. The feeling that you're intended for something more. It's real. There is no coincidence here. It is time to accept your power. The energies are converging. Those who understand the truth are now being brought together. We are teaming together in our quest for clarity, and you are a vital part of this movement. The actual power of awakened spirits is growing, and you're there in the thick of it. The Obsidian Inner Order is where the chosen ones come together. And now is your time to engage. You're not reading these words by coincidence. The vibrations of the most enlightened beings are rising, and your energy is the missing piece that unlocks even more possibilities. We're assembling, and we need your aid to multiply this energy. This isn't just about being awake. It's about following the call of destiny. Will you take the initiative and help shape this transformation? The world may be asleep, but you have the ability to keep a higher frequency, one that disrupts the apparent world around you. This is something that the powers attempting to dominate us fear. They fear your knowledge and the power you now have. When you connect with the truth, you are unstoppable. Your goal isn't to awaken everyone. Some souls must stay asleep in order for the greater purpose to manifest. However, for those who are ready, you are here to hold space and create an environment in which others may awaken when the time comes. The question is whether you will remain consistent in your views, regardless of the resistance. For millennia, forces have struggled to maintain the system that holds humans in check. These elements are not just human. They are multidimensional energy-based beings that have relied on human consciousness for ages. They have power over the media, food, air, and even the institutions upon which we rely. They have created a vast network of low-frequency programming to keep people bound and unable to escape. However, your frequency is now disrupting their well-designed system. They feel it and will do all in their power to keep you silent. They can't, however, because you're awake and your light is unstoppable. You may have noticed strange things since you awoke. Health issues emerged out of nowhere. All around you, devices are malfunctioning. Unexpected challenges in your relationships, or even the processes that formerly supported you are now acting against you. These are not random happenings. They represent the system's attempts to entice you back in, disturbing your newly aligned energy. But here's the key. When you become aware of their tactics, they lose control over you. Once you've identified their activities, they can no longer affect you. Your awareness is your defense. Your knowledge is their undoing. The skills that are emerging inside you are neither accidental or imagined. They represent your true self, breaking free from the misconceptions that held you back before manifestation. You pledge to forget who you really are and enjoy life as if it were real. But now that the veil has been withdrawn, you are starting to remember. Your dreams are no longer just that. They are interdimensional indications that will help you navigate forthcoming challenges and opportunities. The wisdom you get at these moments is not coincidental. This is all part of your divine plan. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a basic reality. Our existence is rooted in God's divine purpose, undeterred by the world's temporary concerns. According to the Bible, whatever done with faith will be repaid to God with tremendous blessings. Luke, like a big oak tree, our roots are deeply anchored in God's universal truth. His might protects every step and posture we take. You now have the opportunity to be a part of that gift. When you use the super thank you button and give $10, you will get a 100-fold return on your investment. Sometimes everything just falls into place. Unexpected information. Strange coincidences that seem too well planned to be chance. They are all signs of your growing awareness. Have you noticed how electronics around you appear to break down? The lights flicker and the displays glitch. This is because your energy causes the electromagnetic field around you to change. You are becoming less bound by time and space. You'll immediately discover more anomalies. Time may stretch. Days could seem to fly by. These are signs that you are breaking free from the constraints of linear time. Assume you are a lighthouse, standing firm on a rocky coastline, casting a bright light over turbulent seas. This is your spiritual calling. You are about to undergo a tremendous spiritual transition. After breaking free from past brainwashing, you encountered obstacles that would shape your path and allow the falsehoods to fall away. You are now entering the phase when you design your own environment. In this new stage, your thoughts, emotions, and goals are no longer filtered via layers of constraint. They perform fast and accurately, making your fantasies come true with astonishing quickness. This power is both a privilege and a great responsibility. Your every movement alters the environment around you. If you sense God's presence, click the join button below to be among the first to hear the most important revelations. You see, just as the steadfast lighthouse safely guides fatigued ships into port, your awakened soul guides you and those around you through life's turbulent waters. It's as if the Almighty has granted you the ability to herald in a new day. Every prayer you say, every positive thought you develop, and every intentional action you perform serves as a beacon of hope and transformation for others. Your journey is not accidental. It is divinely designed and meant to propel you into a world where miracles are a daily reality. As you walk this sacred path, realize that the duties of yesterday no longer bound you to the old ways. Fear, uncertainty, and limitations have been shattered. You are no longer shackled by a system that was created to keep you asleep. Every fiber of your being now vibrates with divine energy, acting as your instrument of creation. When you speak, it is with the assurance of someone who realizes that every word has the power to change lives. When you act, you do it with the confidence of a chosen soul who understands that each action is a step closer to making a heavenly promise come true on earth. Consider a well-worn key, honed and polished in the crucible of life's struggles, and now gleaming with the promise of fresh beginnings at this season of renewal. Your intellect has become as sharp as a well-honed knife, ready to cut through the fog of confusion and incorrect beliefs. Your heart has been cleansed and enlightened by the pure fire of divine love, burns with a passion that transforms even the driest, most barren land into a thriving field of promise. You are now in a position to not just see a better future, but also actively strive toward it. This is not about idle fantasy or wishful thinking. It's about collaborating with the Creator to achieve the prosperous future that was promised. Every idea you nurture, every sensation you treasure, and every intentional action you do is a powerful act of creation. Your revived spirit is like a master craftsman's chisel, carving out a reality that was before deemed impossible. Consider it this way. A farmer diligently cares for his crops, knowing that every seed planted in rich, healthy soil will provide a bountiful harvest. You, too, are cultivating the seeds of greatness. The universe is working in your favor since you abandoned traditional tactics and entered the realm of divine purpose. Your commitment to truth and progress is the driving force behind this transformation. And every moment of clarity is confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be, friends. Remember that the journey to spiritual awakening is not for the faint of heart. It is a call to live bravely. As you take on this important duty, you must remain firm in your convictions and act with the conviction that you are co-creating a world rich in love, wealth, and eternal promise. Understand that you are a living example of what faith in action can achieve. Your life is a wonderful example of how divine favor may turn hardships and obstacles into stepping stones to a better future. May your path be lighted by unwavering hope, and may each step bring you closer to the destiny that has been designed just for you. Accept this season with gratitude because you are not only ready to reap the rewards, but also to share that light with others around you. Remember that every moment of stillness is an opportunity to connect with the divine via the silence of your soul. You may hear the Spirit's quiet voice guiding you toward solutions that may bring you money and happiness. Your thoughts, contemplations, and close relationship with God are not idle pursuits. These are the specific behaviors that have reawakened the dormant seeds of destiny inside you. When you develop these moments, you get access to an endless amount of creative energy capable of transforming any obstacle into a stepping stone to success. Consider how the natural world thrives in times of renewal. Just as barren winter gives way to lovely spring, does your inner shift bring in a new era in your life? The frost of old fears melts, revealing rich soil ready to develop dreams. With each new day, you are given a blank canvas on which to paint your destiny. And as you go on, your actions, no matter how little they seem, contribute to the unfolding of a bigger tapestry, a masterpiece woven by divine providence. There will be moments when the route ahead seems steep and the challenges appear overwhelming. When things become rough, realize that you are not alone on this path. The same energy that brought you out of the darkness is with you every step of the way. Surround yourself with testimonies from people who have seen miraculous turnarounds, and let their stories remind you that nothing is impossible. For those who trust in the divine plan, your struggles are but a prelude to the massive triumph that awaits you. While the journey may challenge your resolve, it will also cleanse you, making you the person you were meant to be, a beacon of hope and a living miracle. You embody the transformative power of divine timing. Every failure and suffering you've endured has prepared you for this moment of success. The trials were used as calibrations rather than fines. The same forces that formerly sought to enslave you are now powerless in the face of your reawakened potential. The world around you is changing, and you are at the forefront of this change. Your journey is a call to action for others to rise beyond the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary in your life, as you lead by example with a quiet but undeniable confidence. You've recognized that true power is found not in wealth or status, but in the courage to live authentically and with unwavering conviction. This is your chance to shine, inspire, and leave an imprint that will be remembered for years to come. Your decisions now will have an impact on the future, just as the light from that steady lighthouse guides ships safely through the darkest hours. As you proceed along this path of divine destiny, remember that you are a co-creator of the world around you. Every action you make, every thought you think, and every emotion you feel contribute to a larger cosmic symphony of change. Your life is a powerful prayer in action, a continuous act of devotion that brings heaven closer to earth. Accept this sacred position with gratitude and humility, knowing you are a part of a divine plan that transcends time and space. Finally, your journey is judged on the impact you have along the way rather than the destination. Your light, love, and unwavering faith are the true money of the new age. They are the forces that will dismantle the old and build something far larger. A world in which truth, beauty, and plenty reign supreme. Stand tall, knowing that you were chosen not by chance, but by divine design. And you may proceed with the assurance of someone who has already defeated the darkness. Believe that every step you take leads to a future filled with hope, joy, and infinite possibilities. May your heart be steadfast, your spirit unyielding, and your faith unwavering as you embrace the enormous authority bestowed upon you. You are not just a passenger on this journey. You are the captain of your destiny, steering your life toward vistas filled with the light of eternal hope. Make your life a living example of the incredible power of divine intervention. And may you continue to inspire everyone you come across with the light of your awakened soul. Keep your eyes on the prize, your heart open to miracles, and your mind focused on the limitless opportunities. You will meet the author of your destiny, the architect of a new reality, and the chosen one who has been tasked with permanently changing the world. Embrace your career with passion and purpose, believing that the universe has conspired in your favor and that each step you take brings you closer to fulfilling a divine promise. As more people awaken and detach from the system, the whole scaffolding that holds society together begins to deteriorate and collapse. This disruption generates both chaos and possibilities. In equal measure, the world's long-standing financial, governmental, educational, religious, and medical institutions were all designed to promote a false narrative. These systems were not intended to adapt to an awakened consciousness. And when more people break free, they will fall. The transformation that is taking place now is inescapable and a direct result of the collective awakening. You've reached a tipping point in this vast cosmic change, with the boundaries between universes becoming thinner by the day. The barriers that have kept humanity confined are crumbling. But you weren't woken only to see these occurrences. You were chosen to play an active part in what occurs next. Your thoughts are the foundation upon which new worlds are built. Your emotions are the currents that power them. Your focused objectives act as a road plan for altering everything you encounter. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. With a $10 donation or more, you may help him carry out his plan and be a part of this sacred mission. Every donation represents God's kindness, and I believe it will come back to you in ways much beyond your expectations. Remember that his protection and blessing are there in every step and contribution. You become a part of his divine plan. You are a tremendous, bright being, as solid as the big rock that saw God's miracles. Feel the benefits of your compassion in your soul, and light up the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide you. The new world will not reveal itself. It expects your active participation. Every choice you make to stay loyal to your ultimate truth, every minute spent in perfect honesty, accelerates the process. When you choose to stick to your path, even if it is inconvenient or unpleasant, you become a pillar of communal awakening. You were one of the first to awaken because your energy is needed right now, not when things are easier or more convenient, but when genuine grit is required. Your light shines brightest when it is most needed, yet others cannot see it yet. If you sense God's presence, click the join button below to be among the first chosen and receive the most important revelations. Early, this modified version has a whole new structure and terminology while maintaining the original concept of responsibility, cosmological transformation, and the power of the awakened individual. It has been transformed into something new, yet the core principles remain same.